Welcome back to Secrets of Buried Stories. The ocean is the keeper of countless secrets, its depths holding sunken ships, lost treasures, and entire histories swallowed by the waves. Sometimes, through sheer chance, it offers up a single piece of its past, an object so unexpected and profound that it forces us to rewrite everything we thought we knew. In the year 1901, off the coast of the small Greek island of Antikythera, the sea revealed just such an object, a corroded lump of bronze that held within it the ghost of a lost world of genius. This is the story of the Antikythera Mechanism, a beautiful and baffling buried secret that proves the ancient mind was capable of wonders we are only just beginning to understand. Our story begins with a group of Greek sponge divers caught in a violent storm. They took shelter near the island of Antikythera. When the storm passed, they decided to dive in the uncharted waters, hoping to find sponges. One diver, Elias Stediatos, surfaced in a state of terror, babbling about a horrifying heap of rotting corpses, men and horses, scattered on the sea floor. The captain, believing the diver was suffering from nitrogen narcosis, descended himself. He returned with the bronze arm of a statue. They had not found a graveyard of men, but of art. They had stumbled upon an ancient Roman shipwreck, a treasure ship that had sunk over 2,000 years earlier. An archaeological recovery effort was mounted, the first of its kind in history. For months, they brought up stunning bronze and marble statues, glassware, and pottery from the wreck. Among the treasures was a strange, calcified lump of rock and bronze, about the size of a large book. It was unremarkable compared to the beautiful statues and was sent to the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, Afra, where it sat, largely ignored, for months. The true mystery began when the lump, drying out in the museum, spontaneously broke apart, revealing something impossible. Inside the corroded exterior were layers of intricate, interlocking gears, like the inside of a complex clock. But this artifact was from a shipwreck dated to the 1st century BC. According to our understanding of history, precision gear trains of this complexity were not invented until the 14th century in Europe, over 1,400 years later. It was an anachronism, a piece of technology that simply should not exist. For decades, the scientific community was baffled. Many dismissed it, unable to reconcile its existence with the established timeline of technological history. It wasn't until the 1950s that the real investigation began, spearheaded by a Yale historian named Derek DeSola Price. He began a lifelong obsession with the mechanism, painstakingly studying its fragments. In the 1970s, he used X-ray technology to peer inside the corroded layers, confirming his suspicions. This was not just a collection of gears, it was a coherent, complex machine. He proposed that it was an astronomical calculator, a device for predicting the movements of the heavens. His theory was groundbreaking, but met with skepticism. The true breathtaking scope of the device's genius was only revealed in the 21st century, when the Antikythera Mechanism Research Project was formed. Using cutting-edge technology like high-resolution surface scanning and advanced CT scanning, scientists were finally able to read the faint inscriptions on the gears and reconstruct a digital model of the entire mechanism. What they found was beyond anything DeSola Price could have imagined. The Antikythera Mechanism was a sophisticated, hand-cranked analog computer. Housed in a wooden box, it had dials on the front and back. The front dial displayed the Greek zodiac and an Egyptian calendar, with pointers showing the positions of the sun, the moon, and the 5 planets visible to the naked eye: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. It didn't just show where they were, it predicted their future positions with startling accuracy. It even accounted for the variable motion of the moon using a brilliant system of epicyclic gearing, a pin-and-slot mechanism that modeled irregularities in the moon's orbit. A level of astronomical and mechanical sophistication thought to be far beyond the reach of the ancient Greeks. The back of the device was just as remarkable. It had two large spiral dials. One was a metonic calendar, a 19-year cycle used to reconcile solar and lunar calendars. The other was an eclipse prediction dial, a Saros cycle dial that could predict both lunar and solar eclipses with precision, even indicating their likely color and characteristics. There was also a smaller dial that tracked the timing of the Pan-Hellenic Games, including the most important one, the Olympic Games. This was not just a scientific instrument, it was a cultural and social tool, connecting the celestial cycles with the cycles of human life and competition. The level of miniaturization and complexity is staggering. The device contained over 30 precisely engineered bronze gears with teeth cut into tiny equilateral triangles. The inscriptions, acting as a user manual, were etched in letters barely 1 millimeter high. This was the work of a master craftsman, guided by a genius astronomer. This discovery unearthed a profound buried secret, that the ancient Greeks possessed a level of mechanical engineering and astronomical knowledge that was lost to the world for over a millennium. It's a ghost of a brilliant technological tradition that completely vanished. But this revelation leads to even deeper mysteries. Who could have built such a device? No artist or engineer signed their work. Clues in the inscriptions and the timing of the Pan-Hellenic Games have led researchers to believe it may have originated on the island of Rhodes, a center for astronomy and mechanics at the time, possibly linked to the great astronomer Hipparchus. Why was it on that ship? Was it a priceless gift being delivered to a wealthy Roman patron? Was it being transported from one center of learning to another? Or was it simply loot from a sacked city? And the most haunting question of all, why is it the only one? If the ancient Greeks could build this, they could surely build other complex machines. Why have no others ever been found? Was this a singular masterpiece, the work of a lone genius far ahead of his time? Or was this type of technology more common, and have all other examples simply been lost to time, melted down for their bronze, or are still lying undiscovered in the depths of the ocean? The Antikythera Mechanism is a beautiful and humbling artifact. It is a tangible link to a lost history of scientific thought, a reminder that the path of technological progress is not always linear. It proves that a great buried secret of the ancient world was not a myth or a legend, but a real physical machine of astonishing genius, a clockwork cosmos in a box, a silent testament to a level of understanding that was drowned by the sea and forgotten by history, waiting 2,000 years to be found.